Happy Saturday, everyone! Yay! Hello, Pebble Society. Hello, Lena. Hello, KK1. Hello, Waffle. Yay! How's everyone's weekend going? Yay! Woo! Hello, Waffle. Hello, Ashy Phoenix. Hello, Imsander. Hello, Arlie. Oh, I don't know if I met you, Arlie. Nice to meet you. Hi! Yeah. Wow. Ooh, new friends, old friends. Yay, Space members. Wow. Can you hear my clapping or does the microphone cancel it out? Today we are reading some science fiction. This was recommended to me by some of you. I forget who recommended it, but some of you guys recommended me this book, and it's like a short story. I think it's like 100 pages, but like 50 of the pages are images and artwork. So, ooh, hello Andrew. Nice dab emoji. I didn't know there was like a dab emoji. Thrilling. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, this was a book recommended to me by some of you. Can you guys hear the music? I have some music playing quietly. Music? Volume good? Yeah. Which of you have heard of this book or read it? Yes, you can hear the music. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I talk about it sometimes, but I really like reading. I read a lot of genres. I read a lot of things. I read fiction, nonfiction, and oh, you've read this, so cool. Yeah, I like fiction, nonfiction. Of course, I like reading like science nonfiction books, but sometimes I try to read nonfiction on history or other things too, to just expand my knowledge. And I read a lot of fiction too. I like science fiction. I like fantasy. Sometimes I read romance. I'll read mostly anything if it's good and if I make time for it. So, yeah, and I've been trying to set a reading goal for myself every year. I think I've read about 32 books so far this year. Some of them are long books, some of them are short books. So, yeah, if anyone has a reading goal, I guess you can add this to your reading goal. I don't know how long it will take me to like read the book because it's I don't know, I just haven't, obviously the way I could read in my head. Hello Luwak, yay, Faye there. I don't know how long it'll, like, I don't know if we'll finish the book today or if we'll only finish like half or 1/3 because I guess I probably haven't like sat down and read a book out loud since elementary school probably. So we'll try it out though, but we'll hang out and talk for a minute. We'll hang out and talk for a minute, so if anyone else wants to join, they can have a minute to come in. Yeah, I think rereading things counts as reading a book. Why not? Sure. I haven't reread a ton of books, but sometimes I want to try going back and reading some of my childhood books and see how they hold up now. Because when I was in my youthful alien state, I was still quite a bookworm. When I was a kid, I really liked oh, hello, Bob Jones. I think audiobooks could count as reading. Why not? I don't listen to a ton of audiobooks. I feel like usually if I'm like driving around or whatever, I'll listen to like podcasts or YouTube videos, but I think audiobooks count. Why not? I think it's good to sit down once in a while and like read on your own, but I'm like, reading is reading, you know? Yeah, when I was a kid, I really liked warrior cats. Like, do you guys know the Warrior series? And it's like these cats who live in the forest and have like wars with each other and stuff. I liked that when I was young. What else did I like? Oh, I liked when I was a very small alien, I liked this book series called The Magic Tree House, and it was like what was it? Magic Tree House was like these two kids who had a magic tree house, and it would bring them to like historical sites and stuff, and they would, I don't know, learn history or something. What else did I read? Oh wow, you read a lot. 250 a year, that's quite a bit. I guess kids' books you could read a little faster, but yeah, I was kind of a nerd. I liked reading. I was kind of a class pet, I won't lie. But yeah, I loved Warriors. What else did I read? I think I think I read a bit of another series when I was a kid called Redwall, and it was about like it was these like forest squirrels and rats and stuff, and they kind of had like I think it was kind of like it was kind of like a Lord of the Rings or something, both like rats and there's like squirrels and yeah. But I like reading. I enjoy sci-fi a lot. I think this, I didn't really like spoil myself on this book or anything, but I think this genre is called speculative fiction. Oh, hello, Monomaniac. I think this genre is called speculative fiction. It's kind of like, imagining, like, kind of taking, like, biology principles, but, like, kind of making it imaginative. Like, oh, what if humanity evolved differently? Or what if, I don't know how to explain it. Animorphs. I don't know if I how many of them I read, but I remember the like book covers. Oh, hello, Nate. Hey there. I remember the covers of Animorphs because they looked so like cringy and weird, and I feel like the covers were kind of a meme for a few years. I don't remember if I actually read any of them, but I remember those books for sure. Oh, hello, Skidum. Skidum, yeah, speculative biology. Yeah, and I think someone recommended me this series when I was playing, what's it called? The whale game the other week. What is the whale game called that I played? My brain is empty. What is the whale game I played like 3 weeks ago? It was South Scrimshaw. Yeah, I think someone recommended me this book, All Tomorrows. Yeah, I think when we were playing South Scrimshaw, someone recommended me the book we're about to read, All Tomorrows, because it's, I think they both are kind of, they're both kind of speculative biology. Like, oh, what if, like, this kind of thing evolved? Or, yeah, I really enjoy it. Of course, I'm studying science in real life. I have an undergrad degree in biology, and I'm in grad school for something biology related. But, I feel like, I still really enjoy sci-fi and fiction and stuff like that. Like, 'cause I don't know, nature be wild, y'all. It's like, who's to say that some of these things won't evolve, you know? Or who's to say that there's not life on planets out there? I don't know. I think it's neat. I love having, like, my imagination expanded by fiction, and I feel like it makes me appreciate science and the real world more too, so. I see there's a bit of body horror. I guess if anyone's, like, sensitive to body horror, you could be aware of that before coming into the stream. I feel like I'm like if you were very grossed out by science and horror, I would be like kind of a bad VTuber for you, because I'm like, oh, let me tell you about like bacteria or no, just kidding. I have some ideas for science videos I want to do, but some of them I'm like, I need to put a content warning on some of these. I love reading about weird medical conditions and things. Oh, hello, like 1,000 ninjas. Oh, I don't know if I've met you. Hello. I love seeing new friends in the chats. That's nice. Yeah. What was I saying? I have some science videos I want to make, but for some of them, I'm almost like, oh, I need like a content warning, because it's like, you're just like innocently browsing YouTube on the shorts page, and then my short comes up, and it's like, oh, what if your lungs popped or something? I don't know. So I'm like, yeah, maybe some of these need a content warning, but yeah, I guess I feel like I'm not grossed out by that many things anymore. I don't know. Just comes with the territory, I guess. So I haven't read a book before on live stream, so I'm like, I was trying to decide how to do it, because like I'm still a streamer. I'm not a professional book reader. I was like, but anyone who's ever listened to my streams, you know that I will like interject myself every 2 seconds, and I was like, maybe that's not helpful if I interject myself every 2 seconds while we're trying to read a book. So I think that this book is like, I kind of scrolled through it. I just have a PDF someone gave me. Sorry if that's like like hobo-like that I just have a random PDF someone gave me, but I was like, maybe when I'm reading the actual pages, I'll try to actually read the words and not like derail myself. And then maybe when there's an image, I can interject my own thoughts and feelings So then you kind of still have the stream experience, but also you actually get like the book experience, and I don't ruin your book experience by like, yeah. Because you guys, anyone who's listened to me knows that I could just like sit and ramble for an hour, which sometimes is the vibe, but sometimes it's like, okay, we're trying to read a book, so yeah. I was like looking up this book. How do you guys think you pronounce Q? Shoe? Q? Shoe? Chew? I don't know. I'm like, because I know that's like one of the societies in the book or something. Q? Shoe? How do you think I should pronounce it? Would Chinese be like Shu? Shu? Should I pronounce it Q? Maybe I'll just call it Q. Q. Do we like Q, like the letter? It's gotta be one of them. Yeah, okay, like the English letter. That sounds good. It's gotta be one of the hard parts of people who like professionally narrate books. I'm like, oh, every time there's like some Q. Q isn't cute, just like me. Every time the author has a weird made up name, you have to like figure out how to say it. Yeah. Okay, also, I'll start reading them and I'll wait like a few more minutes for people to come in because it looks like people are coming in still, but I'll tell you guys one of my reading pet peeves is like, so I enjoy fantasy books. Oh, hello, Commander Alimar. Oh, yeah. Rest in peace to people who read fantasy or sci-fi with made-up names. But one of my I enjoy fantasy a lot. Like you know, just like a made-up fantasy world with like a magic system and different societies and whatever. But it's like one of my pet peeves in not very good fantasy books is when like it's basically just the regular world, but they rename everything. So it's like, oh my gosh, this is the worst for me is in fantasy books when they instead of saying like, oh, it's winter time right now, they'll be like, oh, it is the season of the snow. Or instead of autumn time, they'll be like, oh, it is the season of the falling leaves. And I'm like, I mean, I appreciate a little world building or whatever, but when they literally just take like random, like just regular everyday words, but they're like, oh, we need to spice this up and make it fantasy. So it's like, oh, wait, let me pin the Discord. Yeah, join the Discord. Anyone who doesn't know, I have a Discord now, and I go in there and say hi. We share animal pictures, and it's really fun. And I usually say hi to everyone a couple times a day. But yeah, that's one of my pet peeves in fantasy books is when the world building is really weak, and they're just like, yes, it is the season of the snow. It is the season of the blossom. And I'm like, bro, like, make a better name for the seasons than that. Or just call it autumn. Like, it's literally okay to call it autumn. I don't know. That's just me. I love fantasy though, but sometimes the world building is just a little lazy. Let me yeah, when they overcomplicate stuff. Like, if you're gonna do world building, make it very just like interesting. Make the world building like interesting and unique, but like you don't need to rename everything. Or it's like they want to say the character is playing a piano, but then they'll like come up with a new name, like, oh, they're playing the pianissimo, and I'm like, bro, like, do we have to rename everything? Fantasy unit of measurements. Oh yay, I'm so glad so many of you guys are joining to listen to some science fiction. I really like science fiction. And if you're not much of a reader, I don't know, maybe this will show you how cool books... I sound like a school librarian or something. Reading is cool, you guys. You will like it, trust me. No, but maybe if you're not much of a reader, you could see reading could be fun and interesting and have pretty pictures. I think I read mostly like fiction for like actual adults, but I'm like, I like a good picture book. Give me some illustrations in my adult novels. Why not? Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah. Oh gosh. First it's reading, next I'm going to tell you guys not to do drugs. Oh no, it's all over. It's all over. It's all ogre. Okay, looks like quite a few people are in here, so let me open up the book and let's read. I don't know how much we'll finish today. Maybe I'll read for like an hour and see how I'm feeling. Let's go. All Tomorrows by C.M. Kosemen. I don't know if I pronounced that right. The random sorry for this like random PDF someone gave me. This is just what we're doing today. I live 70 dragon tails from the market. Oh no. Also, hello, Axiar. Yeah, oh gosh. I do not know how to file my own taxes. I will not teach you that. Here's a timeline. This is a little blurry on my PDF, so we'll just figure that out as we go along, I guess. Dun dun dun. Okay, wait, let me not block it with the chat. Okay. To Mars. After millennia of earthbound foreplay, mankind's achievements on a noteworthy level began with its political unification and gradual colonization of Mars. While the technology to colonize this world has existed for some time, political bickering, shifting agendas, and sheer inertia of comfortable terrestrial usurping had made this step seem more distant than it actually was. Only when the risks clearly began to present themselves, only when Earth's environment began to buckle under the strain of 12 billion industrialized souls, did mankind finally take up the momentous task. All through the decades, traveling to and later settling on Mars had been envisioned as quick, relatively easy affairs, complicated but feasible and manageable in short term. As the push finally came to shove, it was realized that this was not the case. It had to go step by step. Atmospheric bombardment by genetically tailored microbes slowly generated a breathable atmosphere in a cycle that took centuries. Later, a few cometary fragments were knocked off course to bring forth seas, oceans, water. When the wait was finally over, remnants of Earth's flora and fauna were introduced as specially modified Martian remakes. When everything was ready, people came from their crowded world. They came in one-way ships, fusion rockets, and atmospheric gliders, packed to the brim with colonists, sleeping in dreams of a new beginning. The first steps on Mars were not taken by astronauts, but by barefoot children on lush, biosynthetic grass. Ooh! Wow, what a cool artwork. It looks so historical. It says, a lander ferries the first people to the pre-terraformed Eden of Mars. Let me see. Yes. How tall is Faye? I am 5'6". I don't know what that is in centimeters. I only know Burgerland units. It's about Americans, this book. Let me take a sip of water. The Martian Americans. For several hundred years, Mars remained as a backwater. Prospering, but still dim compared to the splendor of Earth, which was glowing brighter than ever before. Thanks to the relocation of environmentally demanding industries to Mars, Earth could usurp everything without having to damage its tired biosphere. This was the terrestrial heyday, the climax of economic, cultural, and social development on Earth. This, however, was not to last. Like the gradual separation of America from her European mother, the governments of Mars adopted a new Martian identity. They became the Martian Americans. The difference between Earth and the Mars was not only political. A few generations in the lighter gravity gave the new Americans a spindly, lithe frame that would look surreal in their old home. This, combined with a certain amount of genetic engineering, took the Martian separation to a new level. For a while, the silent schism between the two planets was mutually accepted, and the balance of power hung in an edgy equilibrium. But the Terra-Martian standoff could not last forever. With limitless resources and an energetic population, Mars was bound to take the lead. Oh, sorry. I had cut that off while I was reading it. Oh. Is this what the Martians look like? He kind of is... It's an interesting looking fellow, I suppose. Goodness. Okay. Civil War. The Martian turnover was expected to occur in two ways, either through long-term economical gains or by a much shorter but painful armed conflict. For almost 200 years, the former method seemed to take effect, but this gradual stretch eventually did break in a most destructive way. Almost since its establishment, Martian culture was suffused with an explicit theme of rebellion against Earth. Songs, motion pictures, and daily publications repeated these notions again and again until they became internalized. Earth was the old, ossified home that held humanity back, while Mars was the new, dynamic, active, and inventive. Mars was the future. This ideology eventually reached its semi-paranoid revolutionary apex. Roughly 1,000 years from now, the nations of Mars banned all non-essential trade and travel with Earth. For Earth, it was a death sentence. With the resources and industries of Mars, the terrestrial heyday would quickly devolve into a pale shadow of its former glory. Since the trade of essential goods continued, nobody would starve. But for every citizen of Earth, the Martian boycott meant the loss of up to 3/4 of their yearly income. Let's see. Earth had no choice but to reclaim its former privileges, by force if necessary. Centuries after her political unification, Terra geared up for war. Most thinkers and fantasists of previous times had imagined interplanetary war as a glorious, fast-paced spectacle of massive spaceships, one-man fighters, and last-minute heroics. No fantasy could have been further from the truth. War between planets was a slow, nerve-wracking series of precisely timed decisions that spelled destruction on biblical scales. Most of the time, the combatants never saw each other. Most of the time, the combatants were not there at all. War became a duel between complicated, autonomous machines programmed to maximize damage to the other side while trying to last a little longer. Such a conflict caused horrendous destruction on both sides. Phobos, one of Mars' moons, was shattered and rained down as a meteorite hail. Earth received a polar impact that killed 1/3 of its population. Barely escaping extinction, the people of Earth and Mars made peace and reforged a united solar system. It had cost them more than 8 billion souls. Star people. The survivors agreed that massive changes were necessary to ensure that such a war never occurred again. These reforms were so comprehensive that they entailed not political, economical, but biological changes as well. One of the greatest differences between the people of the two planets, was that, over time, they had almost become different species. It was believed that the solar system could never completely unify this until this discrepancy was overcome. The answer was a new human subspecies, equally and better adapted not only to Earth and Mars, but to the conditions of most newly terraformed environments as well. Furthermore, these beings were envisioned with larger brains and heightened talents, making them greater than the sum of their predecessors. Normally, it would be hard to convince any population to make a choice between mandatory sterilization and parenting a newfangled race of superior beings. However, memories of the war were still painfully fresh, and it was easier to implement these radical procedures in the wake of such slaughter. Any resistance to the birth of the new species did not extend beyond meager complaints and trivial strikes. In only a few generations, the new race began to prove its worth. Organized as a single state and aided by the technological developments of the war, they rapidly... let me scroll down so you guys can see. They rapidly terraformed and colonized Venus, the asteroids, and the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. Soon, however, even the domain of Sol grew too small. The new people who inherited it wanted to go further, to new worlds under distant stars. They were to become the Star People. Ooh, more artwork. Ew, it's kind of creepy. This is the new and improved human/Martian hybrid, I guess. It's kind of ugly. Oh, you're 0.95 phase tall. Good. 22 Big Macs. I'm 22 Big Macs tall. Yeah, this is I'm an alien, but I'm much cuter than this. I'm not ugly like this man. Look at this poor guy. He's not even wearing Nikes. Unbelievable. Good for you, I guess, buddy. I don't know. I would rather have a small brain and not look like this man, but that's just me. Space Odyssey intensifies. Yeah, I remember Space Odyssey. I've read it. I've never seen the movie. Okay. Colonization and the mechanical Oedipi. Even for star people, interplanetary travel was a momentous task. Early minds had boggled over the problem, and fantasies such as faster-than-light travel and hyperspace emerged as the only solutions. Simply put, it was impossible to take a large number of people with enough supplies to even the closest star to make colonization feasible. The existing technologies could only slug along at mere percentages of light speed, making the journey an epic-spanning affair. Enormous generation ships were conceived and even built, but these succumbed to technical difficulties or onboard anarchy after a few cycles. The solution was to first go there and make the colonists later. To this end, fast and small automated ships were sent forth to the stars. On board were semi-sentient machines programmed to replicate and terraform the destination and construct its inhabitants from the genetic material stored on board. A bizarre problem plagued such attempts. The first generation of humans to be manufactured sometimes developed a strange affection for the machines that made them. They rejected their own kind and perished after the massive identity crisis that followed. This technological Oedipus complex was non-common. Nearly half of all the colony founding attempts were lost through it. Even then, however, the remaining half was enough to fill humanity's own spiral arm of the galaxy. Good job, humans! Also, hello, Shadow! Hi, Shadow! That man is human. Yeah, people... Oedipus complex. That's when you like your mom, right? The Summer of Man. Right after mankind's colonization of the galaxy came its first true Golden Age. Reared by machine prophets, the survivors of the Oedipal plagues built civilizations that equaled and even surpassed their solar forebears. This diffusion across the heavens did not mean a loss of unity. Across the skies, steady flows of electromagnetic communication linked mankind's worlds with such efficiency that there was no colony that did not know about the going-on of her distant siblings. The free flow of information meant, among other things, a vastly accelerated pace of technological growth. What couldn't be figured out in one world was helped out by another, and any new developments were quickly made known to all in a realm that spanned centuries of light. Not surprisingly, living standards rose to previously unimaginable levels. While this did not exactly mean a galactic utopia, it was safe to say that people of the colonized galaxy lived lives in which labor, both menial and mental, was purely compulsory. Thanks to the richness of the heavens and the toil of the machines, each person had access to material and cultural wealth greater than that of some nations today. Not surprisingly, living standards rose. Oops, I already read that. During all this development, a curious phenomenon was observed. While alien life was abundant in the stars, no one had encountered any signs of true intelligence. Some attributed this to an overall rarity, while others went as far as divine influence, resurrecting religion. Regardless of the theorizing, one question went truly and utterly unanswered. What would really happen if mankind ever ran into his equals or superiors in space? Hello, Ricky! Ooh, so many friends here. Glad you're enjoying the book. Oh, what is this art? This one. Oh, cool! I'll let you see the, Two starved people watch a holographic movie as they lounge under the remnants of their colonized world's indigenous flora. For them, it's a life of continual bliss. That's so nice. They're just like watching movies in the sky while they, chill under plants and enjoy the nature, I guess. I am jealous. Oh, wait, this is like that, what movie is it where the guy's looking at his waifu in the sky? Is that Blade Runner? Is that the new Blade Runner? Yeah, that's you guys looking at me in the sky in a few decades. Yes, very nice, wholesome. Water slurp. It's like the Blade Runner meme. I haven't actually seen that newer Blade Runner. I just know this meme. Anyways. An early warning. During those times, a small discovery of immense implications warned humanity that it might not be alone. On a newly colonized world, engineers had stumbled across the remains of a puzzling creature, considered so because it had every hallmark of terrestrial animals on an alien planet. Justifiably named Panderas Pandora, The colossal fossil belonged to a bird-like creature with enormous claws. Later research determined it to be a highly derived therizinosaur from a lineage of herbivorous dinosaurs that died out millions of years ago on Earth. While every other large land animal on that colony had only 3 limbs, a copper-based skeletal system, and hydrostatically operated muscles, Panderas was a typical terrestrial vertebrate with calcium-rich bones and 4 extremities. Finding it there was as unlikely as finding an alien creature in Earth's own strata. For some, it was irrefutable proof of divine creation. The religious resurgence, fueled at first by mankind's apparent loneliness in the heavens, got even more intensified. Others saw it differently. Panderas had shown humans that entities powerful enough to visit Earth, take animals from there, and adapt them to an alien world were at large in the galaxy. Considering the time gulf of the fossil itself, the mysterious beings were millennia older than humanity when they were capable of such things. The warning was clear. There was no telling what would happen if mankind suddenly ran into the civilization. A benevolent contact was obviously preferred and even expected, but it paid to be prepared. Silently, humanity once again began to build and stockpile weapons, this time of the interplanetary potency. There were terrible devices, capable of nova-ing stars and wrecking entire solar systems. Sadly, even these preparations would prove to be ineffectual in time. Whoa. Ooh, that's the fossil they found. That is I want to say cute, but I feel like that would be a lie. Blade Runner, yes. There is an dinosaur. Also, sorry if I mispronounce any words. Some of these are words that I only read in books, but I'm like, I don't actually know how to say that. A reconstruction of Panderas shows the creature's rake-like claws, with which it dug furrows in the soil to find its food. Opportunistic local animals walk alongside the Panderas, looking for morsels left over from its feasting. Whoa. I like how the other animals had like copper-based bones. So cool. I don't know. I can't comment on whether that would be helpful or realistic, but it's very cool. Yes, it is Perry the Panderas. It's like reminds me of how T-Rexes evolved into chickens. You can see that kind of feeling. Like it has like a little bit of feathers. I don't know whether that's like the same genome or whatever. I don't remember that much about evolutionary biology. Q. Oh, is that the name of the aliens? The Q? The first contact was bound to happen. The galaxy, let alone the universe, was simply too big for just a singular species to develop intelligence in. Any delay in contact only meant a heightening of the eventual culture shock. In humanity's case, this culture shock meant the complete extinction of mankind as it had come to be known. Almost 1 billion years old, the alien species known as Q were galactic nomads, traveling from one spiral arm to another in epic spanning migrations. During their travels, they constantly improved and changed themselves until they became masters of genetic and nanotechnological manipulation. With this ability to control the material world, they assumed a religious, self-imposed mission to remake the universe as they saw fit. Powerful as gods, the Q saw themselves as the divine harbingers of the future. This dogma was rooted in what had been a benevolent attempt to protect the race from its own power. However, blind, unquestioning obedience had made monsters of the Q. To them, humanity, with all of its relative glories, was nothing more than a transmutable subject. With less than 1,000 years, every human world was destroyed, depopulated, or even worse, changed. During the fervent rearmament, the colonies could achieve nothing against its billion-years-old foes, save for a few flashes of ephemeral resistance. Humanity, once the rulers of the stars, was now extinct. However, humans were not. Ooh, interesting. Oh, we have another artwork. Oh. Ew. What is happening? What is happening? Why? So there's like this dragonfly looking thing. Oh, is that the Q? Is that the Q? That's what they look like. It says, let's read the description. Q triumphant in the fall of the man. To his left floats a nanotechnological drone, to the right, a genetically modified tracing creature. Ah, the Q. It's kind of a... Why is it... I hate its long tentacles, so I guess... So this is a drone and a tracing creature. I don't really know what that means yet, but yeah, Wait, what does it mean? So humanity's gone, but human is not. Is one of the subspecies of human still around or something? Let's keep reading. After a sip of water. Man extinguished. The worlds of humanity, gardens of terraformed paradise, seemed strangely empty to the Q. Often there were no raw materials available other than people, their cities, and a few basic niches of ecology, populated by genetically modified animals and plants from Earth. This was because humans had erased the original alien ecologies in the first place. Offended by another race trying to remake the universe, the Q set forth to punish these infidels by using them as the building materials of their vision. While this led to a complete extinguishment of human sentience, it also saved the species by preserving its genetic heritage in a myriad of strange new forms. Populated by ersatz humans, now in every guise from wild animals to pets to genetically modified tools, Q reigned supreme for 40 million years on the worlds of our galaxy. They erected kilometer-high monuments and changed the surfaces of entire worlds, apparently to whim. One day, they departed as they had come. For theirs was a never-ending quest, and they could not stop until they had swept through the entire cosmos. Behind them, the Q left 1,000 worlds, each filled with... Oh wait, let me scroll down. Behind them, the Q left 1,000 worlds, each filled with bizarre creatures and ecologies that had once been men. Most of them perished right after their caretakers left. Others lasted a little longer to succumb to long-term instabilities. On a precious few words, descendants of people... Should this be words or worlds? Descendants of people actually managed to survive. In them lay the fate of the species, now divided and differentiated beyond recognition. Ooh, picture time. Oh, it's the pyramids, or some other pyramids. But what were they doing with the humans? They were turning them into like building blocks or something? That's creepy. That's creepy. I should do that with you guys. Is the pyramids built out of humans? A mile-high cube pyramid towers over the silent world that once housed 4 billion souls. Such structures are the hallmark of Q, and they can be seen on every habitable world they pass through. That's so ominous, though. What did they do with the humans? They turned some of them into pets. But they use some of them as like building materials, it said. What does it mean? Ooh. Dun 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 dun. Oh, we're gonna see in a bit. Oh my gosh. Worms. Their world lay under a scorching sun, its intensity made monstrous through the interventions of the bygone Q. The surface lay littered with husks of dead cities, baking endlessly like shattered statues in a derelict oven. Yet, life remained on this unforgiving place. Forests of crystalline plants blanketed the surface, recycling oxygen for the animal life that teemed underground. One such species, barely longer than the arms of their ancestors, was the sole surviving vertebrate. Furthermore, it was that planet's last heir of the star people. Distorted beyond recognition by genetic modification, they looked for all the world like pale, overgrown worms. Tiny, feeble feet and hands modified for digging were all that betrayed their noble heritage. Aside from these organs, all was simplified for the life underground. Their eyes were pinpricks, they lacked teeth, external ears, and the better half of a nervous system. The lives of these ersatz people did not extend beyond digging aimlessly. If they encountered food, they devoured it. If they encountered others of their kind, they sometimes devoured them too. But mostly, they mated and multiplied and managed to preserve a single shred of their humanity in their genes. In time, it would do them good. This sounds a bit like I Have No Mouth on My Screen, but at a galactic scale. I read that book. That was a good, well, it was like a short story. Ooh, we're gonna see what the worms look like. Ew. Ooh. I hate it. Ew. ew, ew, ew. This is what the humans evolved into. No. I should just exterminate you guys now to prevent this from happening. This is not acceptable. Ew. Ew. 2 worm parents with their young. Like, this is you guys. Would you guys... Wait. I was gonna say, would you still love me if I was a worm? But I guess I should ask if I would still love you if you were a worm. And the answer is a resounding no. I would not love you if you were a worm. He's just like me, for real, for real. Hello, Void Bear. Nice to meet you, Void Bear. I hate them. Ew. You creepy little alien parts. Ew. Ew. Oh, I think we're gonna learn about more human descendants after a sip of water. Big uncomfortable Titans. On the endless savannah of a long extinguished colonial outpost, enormous beasts roamed supreme. More than 40 meters long by terrestrial measurements, these behemoths were actually the transmuted offspring of the Star People. Several features betrayed their human ancestry. They still retained stubby thumbs on their elephantine front feet, now useless for any sort of precise manipulation except for uprooting trees. They compensated this loss by developing their lower lip into a muscular, trunk-like organ that echoed the elephants of Earth's past. As bestial as they seemed, the Titans were among the smartest of the reduced submen that remained in the galaxy. Their hulking stance allowed for a developed brain, and gradually, sentience re-emerged. With their lip trunks, they fashioned ornate wood carvings, erected hangar-like dwellings, and even began a form of primitive agriculture. With settled life came the inevitable flood of language and literature. Myths and legends of the bygone... Oh, wait. Here, I'll scroll down. Myths and legends of the bygone, half-remembered past were told in booming voices across the vast plains. It was easy to see that, within a few 100,000 years, humanity could start again with these titanic primitives. Sadly, as a catastrophic ice age took over the Titans' homeworld, the gentle giants disappeared, never to return. Ew, 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 I think the picture's gonna be gross. It's like they became Dakimakuras. It's kind of cute. It is not cute. No. Ew, it's so creepy. Ew, this is the Titans, and apparently it's pretty intelligent, but I still think it should die. I don't like it. I don't like its trunk. I don't like its creepy eyes. I don't like anything about it. I think I need to exterminate humanity now before this happens. This is not acceptable. Water slurp. Predators and prey. Devolved predators were common among humanity's feral worlds. Most of the time, they resembled the vampires, werewolves, and goblins of bygone lore, hunting equally subhuman prey with a combination of derived weaponry. Some had enormous heads with large, killing teeth. Others tore their victims apart with talon-like feet. But the most common kinds bore modified fingers and thumbs, bristling with razor-sharp claws. The most efficient of these predators lived on one of mankind's first off-world colonies. In addition to paw-like hands with switchblade thumbs, they also had gaping, tooth-studded jaws on disproportionate heads with large, sensitive ears. All of these served to make them the dominant predators on their home planet. They ran the prairies, stalked the forests, and ranged through the mountains in pursuit of different people, herbivorous saltators with bird-like legs. While their prey lapsed into complete animosity, the hunters managed to keep the spark of intelligence alive in their evolutionary honing. Uh-oh, the predators evolved. They're not cute. Quit. Ew, it looks like a leopard. Kind of has like horse legs. Ew, it's creepy. I don't like it. Why is it like that? Oh god, this is the furries. Oh no, it's the furry planet. Oh no. Ooh, wait, there's another picture. Ew, I don't like it. Ew, why is his butt like that? Why is his butt so thick, but in like a negative way. Is he growing a tail? I guess so. I don't know. He needs to brush his hair. Oof, oof, owie, oof. Mantelopes. Not all devolved people lapsed into complete bestiality. Some held on to their minds while losing all their physiological advantages to the genetic meddling of the Q. A singular species was a prime exemplar. They had been bred as singers and memory retainers, acting much like living recorders during the reign of the Q. When their masters left, they barely survived, reverting into a quadrupedal stance and occupying a niche as grazing herd animals. This change was so abrupt that the newly evolved mantelopes endured only due to the forgiving sterility of their artificial biosphere. The mantelopes, equipped with full, if slightly numbed human minds and completely disabled animal bodies, lived agonizing lives. They could see and understand the world around them, but due to their bodies, they could do nothing to change it. For centuries, mournful herds roamed the plains, singing songs of desperation and loss. Entire religions and oral traditions were woven around this crippling racial disability, as dramatic and detailed as any on bygone Earth. Fortunately, the selective forces of evolution made their agony a short-lived one. Simply put, a brain was not advantageous to develop if it could not be put into good use. A dim-witted, half-minded mantelope grew up faster than a smart one and grazed just as efficiently. The mantelope's animal children overtook them in less than 100,000 years, and their melancholic world fell silent for good. Nothing was sacred in the evolutionary process. Gyat. Is that how you pronounce it? Gyat. Gyat. Ew. 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 Why are the balls like that? Ew. I hate it. Kill it with fire. Which one of these do you think would taste best if we had to eat it and make a barbecue? This one probably has some good meat. I don't know. Sip water. Hey, I feel like this will be like South Scrimshaw. Swimmers. Perhaps because their life cycle involved an aquatic larval stage, the Q had transmuted a large number of their human subjects into a bewildering array of aquatic creatures. Taken care of by specially bred attendants, these post-human water babies came in every shape and size imaginable. There were limbless, ribbon-like varieties of eel people, huge, whale-like behemoths, decorative people who swam by squirting water out of their hypertrophied mouths, and horrifying multitudes of brainless wallowers that served as food stock. All of them were perfectly domesticated. All of them went extinct when their masters left. All save a few lightly mutated, generalized forms. These swimmers still resembled their human ancestors to a large degree. They had no artificial gills, their hands were still visible through their front flippers, their feet were splayed affairs that functioned like a pair of tail flukes. Recognizably, human eyes peeked through their blubbery eyelids, and they spoke to each other, though not in words and never in sentient understanding. For millennia, they swam the oceans of their ecologically stunted world, feeding on diversifying kinds of fish and crustaceans, survivors of the food stock originally imported from Earth. With the intervention of the Q gun, natural selection resumed. The swimmers became more streamlined to better catch their fast prey. The prey responded by getting even faster or evolving defensive countermeasures such as armor, spikes, or poison. Their evolution back on track, the swimmers drifted further and further away from their sentient ancestry. They would wait for a long time indeed to taste that blessing again. Water babies. Do you think it can do 360? That's just a drop with extra steps. Ew. Ew, its eyes really are human and I hate it. No, I miss South Scrimshaw. South Scrimshaw was way cuter. Even the evil whales in South Scrimshaw were cuter than this. Haha, cuter. Like the Q. Get it? Do you think the Q had something to do with South Scrimshaw? If anyone hasn't watched South Scrimshaw, you should watch it. It's a very interesting game. Either watch me play it or someone else. I forgive you if you watch another streamer play it. Just kidding, I'll kill you. Smash that upvote if you haven't. Ooh, who's next? Lizard herders. They were the lucky ones. Instead of unrecognizably distorting them as they had done to most of their subjects, the Q had merely erased their sentience and stunted the development of their brains. Distantly resembling their ancient forebears on Earth, the primitives led feral lives for an unnaturally long time. They never regained sentience after the Q left, despite having every incentive to do so. This was partially due to the total absence of predators on their garden world, resulting in no advantage for intelligence. Furthermore, the Q had made some small but integral changes to their brains, tweaking with the structure of the cerebellum so that certain features associated with heuristic learning could never emerge again. Once again, the reasons for these baffling changes remain known only to the Q. The dumb people that eventually settled in a symbiosis with some of the other creatures that inhabited their planet. They began to instinctively farm some of the large herbivorous reptiles, ancestors of which were brought from Earth as pets. Soon the balance of this mutualism began to tip in the reptiles' favor. The tropical climate of the planet gave them an inherent advantage, and they underwent a spectacular radiation of different species. They encountered no competition from the only large mammals on the planet, the brain-neutered descendants of the starfarers. Faced with a reptilian turnover, the only adaptation the subman could muster was to slip quietly into bestial oblivion. Day's nice till she brings her Q gang. Exactly. Thanks for understanding. Dun 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 dun. Oh. It says, let's read the caption. A lizard herder scans the world with blank eyes as his stock grows stronger and smarter. The future does not seem to belong to him. Oh no, he's too stupid. But his head's really big. I guess that lizard is like slightly cuter than some of the other things we've seen in the book. I don't know. Ooh, who's next? Tempter. In the Tempter's case, the remodeling was done with an almost artistic enthusiasm. How they managed to survive in their bizarre form was not clear. Their ancestors were used as sessile decoration, and through some miracle of adaptation they had endured. No human would have recognized them as their descendants. The females were beaked cones of flesh some 2 meters tall, rooted in soil like grotesque carnivorous plants. The males, on the other hand, resembled contorted bipedal monkeys. Unlike their mates, they were perfectly ambulatory. A dozen of them ran around the females' mounds like so many imps. Some would gather food, others would clean the females, while others would stand on guard for danger. Although their actions looked purposeful, the males had no will of their own. In Tempter society, females controlled everything. Using a combination of vocal and pheromonal signals, they guided the masculine hordes into any number of menial tasks while mating with the strongest, the most obedient, and the dumbest to produce even better drones. On certain periods, they would also give birth to a few precious females who would be carried away by subservient males to root themselves. It was a terribly efficient hegemony that would certainly give rise to civilization in a matter of centuries had fate not intervened. As a stray comet obliterated the Tempter's mound forest, one of humanity's best chances for re-emergence was cruelly swept away. Based female society. Hello, Sharkloon. My god, I haven't seen this book since high school. I couldn't remember the title either. This book's really interesting. Yay, hello, new friends. And oh gosh, I already know this is gonna be a horrible picture. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Ew. The female with her whole body is underground except for this hairy sprout coming out of the top, and then the weak little the beta male serving her. Let's read the description. Wood? No, Ricky, no, Ricky, not like this. No, Ricky, no. No, Ricky, no. Have some standards, Ricky, not like this, Ricky. A male and female tempter illustrate the sexual discrepancy that is characteristic to their species. Note the female's elongated pit-like vagina. When mating, the males descend into it like subway commuters. Previously unsaid sentences in the history of humankind, or in the future of humankind, I guess. No one ever needs to say those words again, ever again. You will forget that I said that. This is the future that women want. This is the future that feminists want. Clone female, subservient male, commuting into the pit. This is the future that feminists want. Can confirm. Okay, anyways. Water sip. Let me mentally recover that with a water sip. They please end us if this happens. Oh god, the queue messed up. They never should have let it happen like this. They should have exterminated. No, Harley, no! You do not wish it was you, no! The queue messed up. They done goofed. They should have killed. Can we skip this particular tomorrow? The queue goofed up. They should have killed everyone when they got the chance. They should not have let it go this far. Okay. We can do this. Bone Crusher. Through the deliberate modifications of Q and the blind molding of evolution, the heavens came to be populated with creatures that would put the myths of their ancestors to shame. Their ancestors were pint-sized pets of Q that were bred for dazzling colors of their tooth-derived beaks. When their masters left, most of these pampered creatures died, with no one or nothing left to take care of them. But some, belonging to the hardiest breeds, survived. In less than a geological eye blink of a few million years, the descendants of such creatures radiated into the evolutionary vacuum of their garden world. One lineage led to a profusion of human herbivores. Is it herbivores? It's herbivores. Somehow I keep mixing up herd and herb. Okay, anyways. These were preyed upon by a variety of enamel beak raptors, each evolved to deal with a specific prey. Among these generalized niches were entire assemblages of specialized animals, resembling anything from ibis-billed swamp sifters to splendorous forms with bizarre crusts that flared out of their toothy beaks. There were even secondarily sentient forms in the shape of ogre-like bone crushers. To an observer of today, they would indeed be the stuff of nightmares. 3 meters tall and hairy, sporting vicious thumb claws and enormous beaks that suited their scavenging diet. Despite their shortcomings, these corpse-eating primitives were one of the first species to attain intelligence and, although primitive, a level of civilization. All of this proved the fallacy of human prejudice in the post-human galaxy. A creature could feed on putrefying meat, stink like a grave, and express its affection by defecating on others, but it might as well be your own grandchild and the last hope of mankind. In eventuality, however, not even the bone crushers fulfilled this promise. Their dependency on carrion for food limited their population severely, and their medieval civilizations crumbled after a few uneventful militia. Every time I think it's gonna be better, it's like, yeah, they defecate on each other to express affection. Alright. Here's the beaky man. He defecates on his loved ones for affection. I wanna die. I hate it. Humanity done goofed. No, the Q messed up. The Q should have done their job better. Oh gosh. The more things change, the more they stay the same. I guess for some of you guys, yeah, maybe. I'm worried. I am worried for you. Colonials. Their world had given the toughest resistance against the Q onslaught. So tough, in fact, that they had turned back 2 successive waves of the invaders, only to succumb to the third. The Q, with their twisted sense of justice, wanted to make them pay. Even extinction would be too light a punishment for the resisting star gods. The humans of the rogue world needed a sentence that would remind them of their humiliation for generations to come. So they were made into disembodied cultures of skin and muscle, connected by a skipping network of the most basic nerves. They were employed as living filtering devices, subsisting on the waste products of Q civilization like mats of cancer cells. And just to witness and suffer their wretched fate, their eyes, together with their consciousness, were retained. For 40 million years they suffered. Generation after generation were born into the most miserable lives while absorbing the pain of all that they were going through. When the Q left, they hoped for quick extinction, but their lowliness had also made them into efficient survivors. Unchecked by the Q, the Colonials spread across the planet in quilt-like fields of human flesh. After an eternity of tortured lives, the human fields tasted something that could almost be described as hope. Oh no, I am not ready for the next image. Let's go. Let's read the description. A section from a colonial field shows the misery that compromises their entire lives. Note that these disorganized creatures can reproduce through both asexual and more familiar methods. Wide. I hate it. This is... That's literally the plot of, Oh, I should read, what's it called? I have no eyes and I must... No, I have no mouth and I must scream. That's basically the plot of I have no mouth and I must scream, right? Like, they're... Isn't it in the end of the book they're all transformed into, like, a mound of flesh that can only suffer or something? I don't know, it's been a few years since I read it. But... Water sips dramatically. Oh god, we're only like 1/3 through the book. Oh god, it just keeps going. Let's see. Oh lordy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I might read a few more pages. This might turn into 2 or 3 streams. The book's not too long, I can't read forever. But we'll finish this book together eventually. All my fella, me and the boys. Flyers. Okay, maybe this one will be wholesome and nice. Maybe this one will be wholesome and nice. Flyers. They were not uncommon at all in the domain of the Q. At least a dozen world-sported human-derived flying species of one kind or another. Most resembled the bats or the pterosaurs of the bygone past, dancing through the ether like angels. Ether like angels, or demons depending on the point of view. There were a few bizarre kinds that relied on swollen gas glands for flotation as well. Sadly, most of these creatures were already too specialized to be anything but flyers. They had forsaken their humanity for conquest of the sky. They had little potential for further irradiation beyond their limited roles. The only exception proved out to be a monkey-like species that flew on wing membranes stretched across the last 2 fingers. Their advantage was a unique turbine-like heart artificially developed during the regime of the Q. No other human flyer in the galaxy had such an adaptation. The starfish-shaped organs sat in the middle of their chests, directly funneling oxygen from the lungs to the bloodstream in a supremely efficient way. This meant that the flyers could develop energy-consuming adaptations such as large brains without having to give up their power of flight. Not that the flyers were going to reclaim their sentience right away. Instead, they literally exploded into the skies, filling the heavens with anything from bomber-sized sailors to impossibly fast predators that raced with sound. Their world was pristine, and there were plenty of niches to play in. Intelligence could wait a little more. Oh, that's right. There's a video game for I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Ooh. Whoa, man. Sorry, I had to plug in my monitor. One of my monitors is always, like, getting unplugged. Yeah, I'd love to play the game. That'd be cool. That was a very nice book. Well, not nice. Interesting. Smash or pass? Smash or pass? It has tatas. It has some tatas. If smash, also smash the upvote or like button. If pass, still like my stream. Thank you for understanding. I mean... Anyways. An ancestral flyer in her native element. Although ungainly, these creatures have an artificial metabolic advantage that gives them a tremendous evolutionary potential. She kind of bad though? No, this is not my thing at all. Is that her boyfriend in the back? Is that a lover coming for her? That's romantic. Hey, oh no. Oh no. Hand flappers. I already don't like the title of this one. Intelligence can wait. Words to live by. That is the truth. Hand flappers. Some flying posthumans reapproach sentience in an entirely different way. Without the augmented metabolisms or the gravitational advantages of their siblings on distant planets, they had no choice but to give up their power of flight in order to develop further. The hand flappers were one such species. Their wings, once used for butterfly-like flutters in the unearthly gardens of Q, had shrunken and reverted back into their manual condition. Their legs were likewise readapted, but they bore a splayed awkwardness from their perching ancestry. Only a singular and almost sadistically simple flaw held them back from developing civilization. In the course of their secondary atrophy, the wings of the hand flappers had become useless as hands as well. Their flag-like appendages were very useful in signaling and mating dances, but they couldn't hurl missiles, construct shelter, or even manufacture basic stone tools. All they could do with their useless hands was to display each other's sexual availability, so the hand flappers did just that, flashing and dancing their way to oblivion. Okay, that's not the worst we've seen so far. Except for that specific part. This is probably how some of you guys look. Devious. Thurston. Okay. A hand flapper on the edge of his mating territory. During their almost comical exaggeration of sexual display, his kind has begun to lose their edge at adaptation. Theirs will be a boisterous, ecstatic, but ultimately ephemeral existence. Which of these animals would you join? I feel like the flyers sound kind of like they had a good life. You ain't that. Hello, Bitter Candy. Also, hello. Sorry to anyone who is just joining the stream at this point, and this is like the first thing you saw. This is it's not the worst. Proceeds to I don't like how there's like holes in that. Is it holes or is it just speckled? I don't know. Maybe it's like leopard spots. Worm chads? Yeah, you'd be a worm. Are you saying you don't want to be the human flesh quilt? Who here wants to be the human flesh quilt? At least you'd never be alone, right? Who here wants to be a human flesh quilt? I cannot. We're not even halfway through the book. I cannot wait to see how the author will ruin my life even further. Wah wah. Wah wah. Blind folk. When the queue came, they dug in deep. Inside several continent-sized shelters under their besieged world, they waited for the invaders to pass them by. It was a futile gamble. The queue located the shelter caves and remade their inhabitants without effort. The shelters became home to an entirely different ecology, a realm of perpetual darkness, fueled by the trickle of water and nutrients from the world outside. A surprisingly complex ecology developed on this scant resource. Gigantic, pale insects, the descendants of common household pets, completed with dolly-esque birds and rodents over fields of overgrown fungi. Predators were not uncommon. Almost crocodilian fish patrolled the underground streams, and vast blind bats, echolocating with unnerving precision, took their toll on the residents of the cave floor. The kilometer-high ceilings of the shelters glowed in the dark with protean constellations of bioluminescent fungi and, in some cases, animals. People were present here as well, albeit in unfamiliar forms. They were more often heard than seen as they tried to find their way in the dark with banshee-like screams. These albino troglodytes lived in a realm where sound and touch, not sight, was the gateway of perception. They had developed their long, tactile fingers, enormous whiskers, and mobile ears to live in the dark. Where their eyes should have been, there was nothing but a patch of haunting, flawlessly smooth skin. Their perfect adaptation to the world of darkness had erased the most basic features of human recognition. As adapted as they were doomed. Before the blind folk could develop any kind of intelligence to crawl out of their geographical caves, the glacial constriction of their world's continental plates snuffed out the shelters one by one. Well, this one's kind of cute, I guess. I guess. It's not the worst. I mean, they kind of have cute ears. Isn't this what Elon Musk wants to do? Like cat grills? Real life cat grills? Yeah, look at that. They have ears. And kawaii whiskers. Very nice. I mean, I'm grasping at straws here. I'm just... Oh god, the young one is like peeing right now or something. Ew. Do you see that? I hate it. Oh no. Oh god, it's explained in the description. A startled blind father with his year-old daughter. Although he knows better to sit still in order to confuse sonar-equipped predators, the youngster screams and soils herself in terror. Their attenuated fingers are hallmarks of a lifetime spent in darkness. Nope, they did not invent... They did not invent diapers yet. Nope. Okay, I guess. I'll read a few more pages and I might leave another half of the book for the next stream, but let's keep reading. Lop-siders. The Q were grotesquely creative in their redesign of human worlds. One group of misfortunate souls they transported to a planet with 36 times the amount of normal gravity and made them over for life in this bizarrely inhospitable realm. The results of these experiments resembled nightmare sketching of Bosch, sorry, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that, Delhi, or Picasso. They looked like cripples squashed between sheets of glass. 3 out of their 4 limbs had become paddle-sized organs for crawlings. Only one of their arms remained as a spindly tool of manipulation. This singular wizened limb also doubled as an extra sensor, like the antenna of an instinct. Their faces were different horrors altogether. All pretensions of symmetry, the hallmark of terrestrial animals from jawless fish onwards, were completely and utterly done away with. One bulging eye stared directly upward while the other scanned ahead in the direction of the creature's vertically opening jaws. The ears were likewise distorted. Monstrous as they looked, these X-Men thrived in their heavy gravity environment. Once again, there was the usual explosion of species into every available niche, and the Lop-siders consolidated their chances for renewed sentience. Alright, let's go. That reminds me of Lobotomy Corporation. That looks like something you take care of in Lobotomy Corporation. Lobcore vibes. Ew, I hate to... Ew. Why did they have to draw like pit hair and like pubes on all of them? Lacy. Oh, he's eating some tardigrades. Cute. Like, tardigrades are cute. His name is Michael. He's just a little shy. If he's shy, he could put on some pants. But what do I know? Yeah, it looks like Lobotomy Corporation. It reminds me of the camera, like, little monster thing with the eyes. Sorry, that made no sense. The camera monster with the eyes. Okay. A Lop-sider feeds some indigenous pets native to his high-gravity world. The domestication of native fauna is the Lop-sider's first step on the long way towards civilization. He also needs to learn about pants and... I don't know. Ew. I like the pets, though. The pets are kind of cute. Yeah. If the Lop-sider wore pants, would he wear them like this, or this? Feeding his cats. I mean, yeah, at least he's not alone, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Let's continue. Striders. While the Lop-siders were redesigned to live under extreme gravity, another species had been adapted for life under the exact opposite conditions, on a Jovian moon with 1/5 of Earth's gravity. Sorry, I had to hiccup. It was a world of wonders, where even the grass grew almost 10 meters tall, and the trees were beyond belief, towering to sizes attained only by the skyscrapers of antiquity. In these surreal forests lived equally spectacular fauna, the descendants of pets, pests, and livestock of humans, who in turn had been reduced to animosity as well. One could see them in the league-tall forests, almost dancing among the trees as they reared higher and higher to browse. Their arms, legs, and necks had been stretched impossibly thin. Great flaps of skin blossomed throughout their bodies to dispense waste heat. Sometimes they would even change their color in order to reflect light and keep cool. Overheating was a great problem for these grotesquely tall, thin bodies. Although imposing, these Giacomedian wraiths were overdeveloped as to be sickeningly fragile. Even on their gravitationally forgiving worlds, a fall could shatter their bones, and slipping down from a branch would prove fatal. Sometimes on the open plains, even a strong wind could bring them down like toppling masts. They survived entirely due to the merciful conditions of their garden world, which were about to change drastically. About 2 million years after the Q left their towering works of human art, a lineage of fearsome predators evolved from the terrestrial poultry that had gone feral on the planet. Resembling attenuated versions of their dinosaur ancestors, the predators swept through the garden world like wildfires, extinguishing any species too fragile to escape or resist. The peaceful, delicate Striders were among the first to go. Rest in peace, Striders. Would he wear gloves or pants? Is this Overwatch? Yes, this is... Hi, Danny M. This is literally Overwatch. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for your understanding. Yes, this is a new Overwatch expansion pack. I've literally never played Overwatch. Okay, this one's not that bad. He doesn't have hair. They didn't put a ton of, like... They didn't give him, like, pubes or anything, so I guess... I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's okay. I mean, he kind of sounds like he has a fun life. So how tall is he? Is he like as tall as a skyscraper? Wow. Whoa, so they're really tall. Oh, and look, he has some flyers with him in the background. How nice. Yeah. But then he got killed by chickens. The chickens literally evolved to kill him. So that's kind of an embarrassing way to go. I can't lie. Oh, the next chapter sounds joyful. Let's go. Parasites. After I sip water. Parasites. Humanity had diverged into two separate lineages on their world. On one hand, there were several races of almost Australopithecine cripples. I'm not going to try to read that, sorry. Australopithecine, whatever, cripples, degraded by the Q for managing to turn back their initial wave of invasion. Yet, simple atavism was too light a punishment for them. Their twisted relatives, the parasites, made up the second part of their sentence. There were actually several kinds of parasitic X-people, ranging from tortoise-sized ambulatory vampires to the more common fist-sized variety that lived attached to their hosts. There was even a tiny endoparasitic kind that infested the wombs of their female victims like ghastly living abortions. Delightful. All of these evolutionary tortures were played out under the careful scrutiny of the Q for 40 million years. The punishment was so baroque, so elaborate, that most of the artificial parasite-host relationships died out when the Q left. Some submen learnt to cleanse their tick-like relatives by drowning, burning, or even eating them. Others, like the vaginal parasites, died out as their aggressive method of parasitism effectively sterilized their hosts. Yet, one or two varieties did manage to cling onto their hosts with abdominal suckers, muscular, gripping legs, and sterile, pain-soothing saliva. But their success did not lie entirely in the strength of their parasitical advantages. They also learnt to regulate their dumb hosts, not killing them by overinfestation, and thus ensuring their own long-term survival as well. In any case, totally single-sided relations were rare in any ecology, natural or artificial. In millennial cycles, the cousin species' vicious parasitism began to give way to something more beneficial for both sides. Alrighty, let's see it. I feel like this book has lowered my standards so much. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's fine. That's not as bad as some of the others. The parasitic person shown real size. Although their fate seems inhumane in every aspect to an observer of today, their survival shows that such subjective values are ineffectual in matters of long-term survival. They could make a video game on this, honestly. I would play it. He's just a little guy. If you feed people, you like those? You like those? Ew. Ew. Oh, hello, Chaos's Key. Just want to make your day better by saying hi. Thank you. Hi to you back. Yeah. Is anyone here not subscribed to me and was just randomly recommended by YouTube and you're like, what the heck is going on? It needs to be convinced to subscribe. Because I can convince you. Wawa. Wawa. Oh, also, thanks everyone for joining. This book is very weird, but I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time too. Let's read a few more pages, and then I'll probably save the second half of a book for another stream just because my mouth gets dry from all this reading. But let's read a few more pages. Oh, fingerfishers. Their ancestors were trapped on an archipelago world, a planet sprinkled with many small continents and countless islands over interconnected networks of calm swallow seas. Like a magnified Aegean, this place was a terrestrial paradise in many respects, except that after the Q, no minds were left to enjoy it. On this vacant biosphere, evolution was quick to begin her blind, unpredictable dance. Once feral, the descendants of degenerate humans adapted themselves to every available niche, no matter how exotic, how outlandish. One group learned to pluck fish from the lazy shores. Millennia passed, and they settled more to their piscatorial lifestyle. Elongated fingers became ambulatory fish hooks. Teeth modified for a generalized diet became needle-like affairs, lined up neatly in a long, thin muzzle. Sorry, I keep hiccuping. Let me hiccup. I keep hiccuping. Reading is making me hiccup. Okay. In less than a few million years, the fingerfishers established themselves as a prominent lineage. There was scarcely a beach, an island, or an estuary that was devoid of their pale, lanky forms. As prolific as they were, the fishers were still no better than animals. Their humanity would come only after another spasm of outlandish adaptations. Let's see. I feel like this book has lowered my standards a lot. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine, I guess. What do you mean? He looks like he's doing well. I mean, yeah, I like fish. Women want me, fish fear me. Yes, and Andrew would totally play a worm person going into the tunnel. Oh yes, the commuter ride into the tunnel, naturally, of course. That would be a great video game. Oh, this next chapter sounds like it'll be good. Hedonists. Even the blissful existence of the fingerfishers would have seemed bothersome to the hedonists, for their kind was not evolved but designed for a life of pleasure. Same? The Q had kept them as pampered pets, set loose in a tropical island world of succulent fruits, bountiful trees, and calm, lapping lakes full of sweet, bacterial manna. Furthermore, the hedonists were left as the only animal life on this place. They had no choice but to enjoy it to the fullest. In normal conditions, any given species would quickly crowd out such an utopian environment. But normal conditions had never been the point of the Q redesign. They had altered their subjects so that they could save only after mating an enormous number of potential suitors continually over a period of decades. While this took care of the population problem, it also made the species less adaptable. Without any point in sexual competition, natural selection would progress only at a glacial pace. Fortunately, their stable microcosm remained free of environmental catastrophes even after the Q left. All these changes had also made the hedonists stay. Their lives were juxtaposed routines of browsing, sleeping, and mind-blowing sex, troubled neither by the concerns of disease or pregnancy. Aloof and carefree, they enjoyed the most pleasurable times of all mankind, albeit with the intellectual capabilities of 3-year-olds. It didn't really matter, though. Who needed to think when having such a nice time, after all? Thanks for subscribing, Chaos is Key. I'm sorry this is your introduction to me. I make science videos and make gaming videos, but I love sci-fi, so today we thought we would read some sci-fi literature. Also, I think I might be at I think I should be at 1,200 subscribers now. Let me refresh. Oh, yay, 1,200 subscribers. Yay! Whee! Whee! Thank you guys. Oh, thanks for 1,200 subscribers. Let's keep going. Also, this lifestyle. Endless suffering. Actually, not endless suffering. These guys are having endless good times. Endless good times. Endless good time for the hedonists. I feel like they sound happier than the other species, but I don't know, it just sounds sad to me. I'd rather be the bird people. And gotta be the bird people, the flyers. When will this book reveal the gamer's descendants should have survived the purge? We don't qualify as sentient after all. That'd be so funny if there's a planet of gamers and they just hand adapted for controllers. Yes. Alrighty. Oh. The favorites of the queue, a female hedonist lies alone on the beach, contemplating absolutely nothing. Without any pressure from the world, their days make themselves as they go along. Relatable. Vocal cords adapted for shouting gamer words. I mean, I would not choose to be a hedonist. I mean, they have endless pleasure, but this is how your comrades look. I just don't know if I could do it personally, but maybe some of you are stronger than I don't know. This book's kind of like I wouldn't say it's R18. I would say this book in stream is like R16 or 15. So yeah, if there's any young people here, cover your eyes and ears. This book is a little more inappropriate than I expected, but that's okay. It's like fun. Let's read one more page and then I'll take a break. Or no, I'll read one more page and I'll chat a little bit and end the stream, but I could finish reading this book next week. We're about halfway through. Insectophagi. That sounds nice. Nondescript, quaint human species abounded in the post-Q galaxy. Hundreds of them lived out simple, unnoticed lives, never developing to become sentient, never learning their true heritage as starborn human beings. Most of them went extinct, not to be missed or even remembered. Those that lingered on managed to survive in shady, quiet niches, never again making any impact on the celestial scheme of things. Same. One such species was the Insectophagi. They had quietly adapted themselves for a diet of colonial insects and small animals. They had faces covered with leathery plates, claw-like hands to dig out prey, and worm-like tongues to scoop them up. All in all, they weren't special in any particular way, but a combination of galactic invasions, coincidence, and pure luck would later make them the longest enduring of your starmen. The meek would inherit the cosmos, though not just yet. For now, the Insectophagi were concerned only with the location of insect colonies and the onset of the mating season. As some of you guys, all you're concerned about is the onset of the mating season. Some of you guys. He's fine, I guess. I mean, why does he look so smug about it? He's like very proud of himself for having found this like worm. I mean, there was worse things in this book. I guess that's fine. Ooh, the next one, the next monster looks like really interesting. I'm just looking at the thumbnail preview, but ooh, there will be some. I bet there will be some very interesting. Do you think they? What is the tongue game? Do I want to know? I feel like maybe I don't even want to know. Yeah, let's take a. That'll be the reading for today. But I'll sit in and chat with you guys for a minute before I end the stream. Water slurp. Oh. Yay, 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 yay. Let me see how many subscribers I have now. Let me see. Oh, whoa, wait, oh, dang, wait, where did I get so many new subscribers? I have 1206. Is it because I made a Reddit post? Is it because I made a Reddit post? Where are you guys all from? Yay! Let me go on Reddit. La 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 la. I do game. Yeah, I do game. Wait, how did I get like 7 new subscribers since I started streaming? I get upvotes? I guess I made a few upvotes. Or maybe is YouTube pushing the stream? Ooh. Yes, I do game. I like I have kind of like an odd taste in games, I think. I play I've been playing Lobotomy Corporation. I like why is my mind empty? I like visual novels. I want to play more strategy type games. I think I was looking into a game someone recommended me called Stellaris. Oh, you saw my Reddit post. Yay! Yes, I do play LobCorp. I'm playing it tomorrow. I'll be in about like 23 and a half hours. I'll be playing Lobcore. Oh yes, this is a very interesting book so far. We're about halfway through, so probably I'll finish the rest of the book. Oh, you found me from. Oh, I'm glad you found me from my short. Yeah, I want to make more shorts. I want to I haven't made like a longer science video in a while. I promise I'm still working on it. I'm just. Oh, you beat Lobcore multiple times. You guys are wild. You guys are wild. I've not beat it once. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad people found me for my shorts and Reddit and other places. I have some fun stuff planned. I am at 1,200 subs now, but I'm still planning a 500 subs party. Trust me, I'm actually talking to an editor. I have some artwork coming. It will occur. It will occur. I'm not gaslighting you. We will have a 500 subs party. Eventually. Yeah, I'm gonna play a game called, I think, Stellaris or Stellaris. Someone recommended me to that to me, and it looks really fun. I want to play more strategy style games. I do like strategy. I like point and click style games. I should play I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. That'd be a really cool video game to stream. And maybe I'll read the short story sometime on stream. That'd be cool. Why do leopard seals look like CGI? Let me see. Leopard seal. Leopard seal. Ew, it's ugly. I can't lie, it's kind of ugly. I don't know. I hate elephant seals. They're just really, they look tragic. Also, elephant seals are like, I remember learning about them in an undergrad biology class. They're like incredibly violent, I think, and they like fight over the females and stuff. I hate it. What is everyone's thoughts on the book so far? I really enjoy it because I love science fiction, I like biology, and I kind of like, I wouldn't say it's like that book. I don't know if I'd call it horror per se, but just that like unsettling feeling. It's almost kind of like kind of like cosmic horror in a way. I love that kind of thing. It actually reminds me a bit of why can I not think of his name? Junji Ito. It almost reminds me a bit of Junji Ito, like just kind of like body horror and the horror of the unknown and the horror of like what is happening. It kind of reminds me of Junji Ito. So I enjoy that kind of like horror and fiction where it's like you feel disturbed because something. Yeah, I think the word is Lovecraftian horror. I don't know if you would call that Lovecraftian, but like I love just like there's no jump scare or anything. You just feel, oh, Frankenstein. I've read that before. I feel like that. Yeah, I should read more public domain books. That'd be really cool though. I like reading. Maybe read a couple of books. I'll read a book on stream. That'd be cool. The game is on. Wait, what game? Stellaris? Oh, or is it I Have No Eyes and I'm gonna keep calling it that. I Have No Mouth and I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream game. Oh, it's on Steam. Oh, cool. I didn't know it was on Steam. Yeah, and I like the evolutionary science tidbits also. Like, major. I keep like hiccuping. I don't know if reading books makes me hiccup for some reason. Yeah, I want to play I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I did not know it was on Steam. That's really cool. I'll definitely take note of that. Yeah, I do. I like the is my background music still playing? Oh, good, it is. Yeah. I do like the evolutionary tidbits because it's like that's kind of how evolution works in real life. It's just there's like some kind of evolutionary pressure, so you grow to meet it. It's like I feel like the author did some research and has some understanding of biology before they wrote this book. I don't know if they're I don't really know anything about the author, but I feel like they did some research, which is awesome. Yeah. Oh. I like Lovecraft style horror, but I don't know if I've actually sat down and read an H.P. Lovecraft story. Oh, that might be cool too. I should have done that in October for Halloween. Oh well. There's plenty of months and plenty of books to read still this year. Yeah. But yeah, I'll sit here and chat with you guys and drink water so my mouth can recuperate my throat. I have a tragedy happened to me. I was visiting my sister over for Thanksgiving, and I left my hydro flask there. Do you guys know hydro flask? I had a really nice hydro flask with a straw that I always I had a really nice hydro flask with a big straw. The horn emoji. Wait, what is that? What is that emoji you've just posted? What is this emoji? Is that Lovecraft reading during Christmas streams? What was I saying? Yeah, I lost my hydro, well, I didn't lost it. I left it at my sister's house. So now I'm so thirsty. I have other cups, but it's not the same. I want my hydro flask. I want my hydro flask. I miss it. I drink so much. It's like, it's funny to me that there's people who are like, oh, I never drink enough water. I have a hard time drinking water. I need to drink water like every 10 minutes or else it's like I get a headache. Like, I drink so much. That's why I'm slurping during my streams every 2 seconds. This is another cup, but it's not the same. It's not the same. What is the horn store emoji? What is the horn store emoji? What is that emoji? What does it mean? Yeah. Oh, I like reading though. I love reading. I don't read out loud often like that. I hope it was sorry if I like stumbled over some words or didn't know how to pronounce some things. I hope you still enjoyed reading it with me. I should is it like illegal if I post the PDF in the description? Will I get like, well, YouTube I always forget the word. What's it called when the CIA comes to your house because you were reported online? It's like swatted. Will YouTube swat me if I post the PDF in the description? Will YouTube swat me if I post the PDF in the description? Is this book even public domain? I don't know. Ooh, At the Mountains of Madness is set in Antarctica, so I could do it for Christmas. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I love things that is like has just like a hint of horror. Sometimes I read actual horror too. I like Stephen King. That's probably like a cliche. Like that's probably kind of cliche in terms of horror, but I enjoy it. I think it's nice. Oh yeah, also if I don't want YouTube to swap me, you could join the Discord. I have a Discord and we have the PDF in there. If you want to keep reading on your own or have it like pull it up next to me while I'm reading next time. Yeah. Yeah, I miss my hydro flask, and I don't know. I guess I'll see my sister in Christmas. Maybe she can give it back to me then. But for now, it's just like I've been drinking water out of other bottles and cups, but it just feels so wrong. It just feels so wrong. I miss my hydro flask. Oh, maybe I drink too much water and that's why I'm getting hiccups. I don't know. What if I'm literally becoming Amelia Watson? Doesn't she hiccups a lot because she swallows air, I think. Sometimes I feel like she has like a slightly similar vibe to me. She might be a little more toxic than me though. I try to be toxic, but I think I try to be toxic, but my niceness slips through. Oh, my mouth just gets dry so quickly. But yeah, I miss my hydro flask. So that is the tragedy of the week. Yeah, I don't know. And I have a hydro flask with a straw because I really prefer to drink from a straw because I always would I poison you? In what context? Do you want me to? We could arrange that. Yeah. You steer clear away from Discord. That's fine. Yeah, I could. I mean, yeah. We're trying to monitor my Discord to make sure it's not becoming toxic or anything. Mostly it's just people sharing animal photos and memes so far. But I miss my hydro flask. It has a straw. I almost always drink through a straw because I just like my hands are really clumsy and I just really easily spill things on myself. I don't know. I'll just be drinking like a cup of water and then suddenly half the water is on my shirt. It's funny when streamers are like try to make their clumsiness sound cute. Like, oh, I'm so clumsy. I'm like a little kid. I'm clumsy and it's not cute. I always get crumbs on my shirt when I eat if I'm not careful. Oh, Lovecraft stories are on public domain. Yeah, maybe I should read some H.P. Lovecraft. It sounds like you guys would like that. I I do play regular games and stuff. I try to make like a little bit of educational content, like my science videos. So I feel like reading and like getting people inspired to read would be pretty educational. So yeah, I've been too nice to you guys recently. I need to be meaner. The only reason I'm educating you is so that your brains will be ripe for the harvest. That's the only reason. It's not because I care about you or your mental well-being or your education. It's just for your brains. I want your brains to have a lot of neurons and whatever when I harvest it. That's why I'm reading with you. Don't get it wrong. Do you like visual novels? Have I read any? I like visual novels. I haven't played as much with them the last few years, but when I was a youngin, I really liked otome games like dating sims where you date handsome men. Let me see what else have I played. I went Bumpy Brains, yes. I just played South Scrimshaw, which I think you could classify that as a visual novel. I have Steins Gate on Steam. I bought it like years ago and I haven't played it yet, so I don't know. I like visual novels. If like, yeah, I like the Steins Gate anime. I have the game, I just haven't played it yet. I think I bought it during a Steam sale and I just didn't play it yet. Yeah. Steins Gate. Junsun inhibitors. Higurashi. Oh, yeah. I remember watching. Okay, so I got into anime pretty young, but it was like back in those days, you just watched anime on like, you don't understand people that like to read. I don't like reading, in your opinion. You would not like the smooth brain for the harvest. I feel like I had periods in my life where I didn't want to read, but I feel like when people don't want to read, I feel like it's because they associate reading with like bad memories from school. Like, oh, like my teacher wants me to read this book and it's like I'm pressured to read it on a timeline and then I have to write an essay on it and the essay is graded and it's like in a way, you know, I understand why we have English classes and why we have essays and we learn to read and write, but also it's like I could see that like if you just associate reading with memories of school and being graded and being judged, I could see why it would turn you off from reading. Like, I feel like when I was in like undergrad, because I'm in graduate school now, but when I was in undergrad, like I think I almost never read for fun because I was like, oh well, you know, I already read for school. Why would I want to read extra when I'm not at school? I should play games and not read. But I guess like if you want to have like a new enjoyment of reading, I would just view it as like a piece of media. It's like it's like I think everyone enjoys listening to music sometimes, right? Or watching TV sometimes, or watching a movie. Like I think it's just a form of media. Or like you probably like looking at artwork sometimes. So it's like, I think just be like yeah, I like cleaning it. It's calming until someone tells you to do it. I think it's like that. Just like try to go in with the mind that it's like it's just a piece of media. It's like, hello Faye, what's croaking? We were just read half of the book, but I'm gonna finish reading it next time. It's like, I think how it's like you probably like music. Maybe you don't like all music or you don't always want to listen to music, but you probably have a few songs or albums that you really like and put you in a good mood. I think it's the same for reading. It's like, okay, maybe reading a textbook is not for you. Maybe reading classic literature and having to turn in an essay on it is not for you. But then maybe there probably are kinds of readings that are for you, that you could do in your own time. Like, maybe you could start out with a book with a lot of pictures. Maybe you could, like, I think even if you're an adult, like there's no shame in reading like a teenager children's literature or picture books to like start out if you haven't read in a while. Like I'll still read children's books sometimes to switch up my reading habits. So that's my advice on reading if you like want to read, is like just view it as a form of media. Like I think we all, maybe you don't like all music or all art, but you're like, oh yeah, there's some music that really speaks to me. There's like, you know, some TV shows that really speak to me. I think in the same way you could know that there's some books that would speak to you. You just have to find them and not like associate it with feelings of school, if that makes sense. Because I've definitely been there where I'm like, oh well, you know, I already read at school. Why would I want to read on my free time? But I think if you just see it as It's just another way to communicate something, just like a TV show, a movie, music. Yeah. Sorry if that was I feel like sometimes I give like life advice that no one asked for. But any life advice I give to you guys is just life advice I give myself. It's like, because I'm like by far not a perfect person, so it's like I'm always trying to figure out what works for me. So all I can do is explain what works for me, and maybe it will work for some of you. And if it doesn't work for you, that's all right too. Oh, you're okay with writing a story, but not reading. You like to read the stuff that you write. I think you like. I think reading's for everyone, even if you don't feel like it yet. Cause like we all communicate with words, right? We talk to each other. I think reading's for everyone. Oh, hello, Lena. Oh, don't worry about being late. We're gonna talk for a minute. I think words are for everyone. It's like I think if you enjoy writing, then I think you have that love for words somewhere in you. You just have to reconnect with it. Oh, I haven't read Dracula yet. I want to though. Yeah, I want to read more classic literature too. And like, I mean Dr. Seuss. I think reading is reading. Like I haven't personally read Dr. Seuss in decades, but it's like he was a master of his kind of work too, It's like poetry and simple illustrations and silly stories that make you smile. I'm like, that's literature too. And sometimes I'll read quote unquote trashy literature. Like sometimes I'll read absolute garbage romance novels, and I'm like, reading is reading. I'm like, reading is reading. Like, yeah, like I guess in an ideal world we'd all sit down to read like classic fiction and Shakespeare sometimes. But if the thing you read is Dr. Seuss or like a goofy romance novel, that's reading to me. Why not? Or heck, like why not webtoons or whatever? I haven't read any webtoons in a while, but I used to read more webtoons, so that is my my daily preaching for everyone. That's my daily preaching for everyone. I think, but long story short, reading is for everyone. Words are for everyone. We all talk to each other. We all message our friends. I think words are for everyone. You just have to find the words that speak to you. Don't I just love the Christmas spirit? I do. Yes. Yeah, I like it. I love the lights outside, and I'm excited to buy gifts for my family, and I like it. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys ever feel like the day after Christmas feels like a little sad? I guess we have New Year's. I guess New Year's is nice. Maybe like mid-January is when it starts to get depressing for me. I'm like, oh, it's just winter. It's just winter now. Does anyone have any nice plans for this fine Saturday? Oh, what kind of manga were you reading, Lena? I haven't read any manga in a while. Oh, Animal Crossing. I played Animal Crossing on DS back in the yonder years, long ago. There's like Animal Crossing. What was it? Animal Crossing DS. What was it? Wild World? Yeah, I think Wild World I played maybe. Oh, reviewing Japanese and watching a movie. Hey! Oh! Yes, I'm going to a friend's Crimbus party today. She lives like an hour away, so I'll have to drive a little bit. Actually, what should I listen to on the drive? Does anyone recommend any podcasts? Anyone have like a favorite podcast or like a YouTube video I should... I've now played Animal Crossing on the Nintendo Wii. I did have a Wii growing up though. But I have not played the Animal Crossing on Wii. Yeah, but I'm going to my friend's house, and oh, it's an ugly sweater party. Last podcast on the left. Also, like, when I ask for recommendations, I actually write down a lot of No Sleep podcast. Last podcast on the left. I actually really appreciate people's recommendations. Like, I don't know if there's enough hours in the day to... Oh, Creepcast. I don't know if there's enough hours in the day for me to, like, play every game that everyone recommends and listen to every podcast that everyone recommends, but, I I do drive. Yeah, I feel like in most parts of USA, Burgerland, you need to drive. I'm an okay driver. I'm bad at parking. I don't think I've played Super Mario Galaxy actually. Yeah. But I was saying when you guys recommend me games and podcasts and things, like I actually write it down and check out a lot of it. Like I read this book today because someone recommended it to me. I don't remember who recommended it to me, but yeah, you guys should always feel free to recommend me like games, books, podcasts, YouTubers and everything, because I do write it down and take a look at it, even if I don't have time to like stream every game. I really appreciate it though. And it's nice to see my audience growing a little bit every week. I mean, there's so many. I love when you guys watch my VODs, so like don't feel bad about missing a live stream ever. I love when you guys watch my VODs, and you can always comment under the VOD, and I'll probably reply to your comment. But it's just nice to see. If you're subscribed to me, you're a Spessa member. If you didn't know, that's my fandom, the Spessa members. And it's nice to see the Spessa member army grow. I'm kind of like slow at pulling things together sometimes, but I do have things planned. I have more fun content. I think I know what my next short will be on. I'm working on a silly little like cinematic video for my 500 subs, so it'll come eventually. And I am slowly working on like a longer like 5 to 10 minute science video. It's just some things are kind of like on the back burner for a little bit because I can't do everything at once. I am a full-time student in real life. Oh, I'm having so much fun though. And I'll be gone the weeks of Christmas and New Year's, but we'll have some fun before then, and I have just so many awesome things that we're gonna do in the new year. Yeah, I'm super excited to go into the New Year's with you guys. I'm being too nice. I'm being too friendly. I'm being too nice to you guys. Listen, it's because I want your brains and your organs to be ripe for the harvest. That's the only reason. Don't get the wrong idea. I want to be savage. I'm too soft. I'm too soft. You didn't hear it from me though. You didn't hear it from me. And yeah, if anyone, like, if you miss me when I'm not streaming, come join the Discord and say hi to me on Discord. Yeah. Yes, I have ugly sweater party tonight with my friend, and I like whenever I have a long drive, I like to get a good coffee and have a podcast on, and you kind of just your car is like your little oasis. Just don't turn into the Q monstrosities and you'll gladly be harvested. I think the Q messed up when they didn't exterminate Earth. They should have seen the worms and be like, yeah, no, that's just, we gotta alien proofing advice. You need to wear a tinfoil hat. Actually, tinfoil hats are my weakness. I cannot approach you if you wear a tinfoil hat. Oh, I drink a lot of coffee. It's kind of bad, but usually when I'm at home, I have like a Keurig pod machine. So usually at home, I'll just make like black coffee and put it over ice. But then if I'm going out like to a cafe, usually I'll get something super fancy and frou-frou. Like, I love I think a lot of cafes just came out with their winter menus. It's like gingerbread coffee and candy cane coffee. Grab a normal sweater and tape a mirror to it. I've seen people do that. I bought a really stupid sweater on Amazon. It has like it's like a sweater, but it has a hoodie and it looks like a pine tree, and then the hoodie has like a star on top, and it's very stupid, and it looks so good. I'm gonna look so ugly and good. It'll be great. It'll be delightful. Anyways, thanks for everyone who joined. Even if you missed some of it or you had to leave early or whatever, thank you. My VODs are always up until nothing I've done has been copyright striked yet. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Cutely. I'll be back tomorrow to play Lobotomy Corporation, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll make a new schedule for next week too. And yeah, wear your tinfoil if you don't want me to take your brain. Tinfoil is my weakness. What is on April 23rd, 2024 at 10:34 p.m.? I'm scared. Ross the bad piggy. Also, let me say hi to everyone. Toyn, B-I-D, yeah, Chaos is key. Arlie, hello people. Hello Andrew. Yeah, post your ugly sweater in Discord. That'll be fun. But yeah, what is on April 23rd, 2024, 10:34 p.m.? I'm scared. Mommy, I'm scared. I'm scared. Should I be scared? Is that when everyone's gonna put on their tinfoil hats? Wait, what was that meme of Squidward where he was like August 27th, something something, heat death of the universe, August something. What is it? I want to see. Do you remember? Do you guys remember that? Wait, okay. Do you guys know this meme? Wait, what was it? Is August 12th, 2036, heat death of the universe. August 12th, 2036, heat death of the universe. Do you guys know that video? I'm not insane, right? Wait, can I play it on can I mute this so we could listen to it together before I leave? I hope I don't get copyright striked.
A few moments later.
Wait, where's the music? How come oh wait, my headphones turned off. Wait, okay, I can fix this. After we will listen to this together, then I'll actually go.
A few moments later.
Do you guys hear it?
Hi, Squidward. August 12, 2036.
The heat death of the universe. August 12, 2036. The heat death of the universe. August 12, 2036. The heat death of the universe.
What are you doing?
Wait, you guys can't hear it? Wait, I can make it louder. We will listen to it together again. Louder.
Hi, Squidward. August 12, 2036. Heat death of the universe. August 12, 2036.
The heat death of the universe. August 12, 2036. The heat death of the universe. I love this video.
What are you doing?
Repeating this meaningless phrase over and over again in hopes that it will mean something someday.
Why don't you just say something interesting?
Like what?
I love this video.
I don't know. Anything.
I don't know what to say.
Same.
How you?
I'm not saying that.
Is the AI like 24-hour SpongeBob still airing, do you think? I feel like that entire like sequence of the internet was like a fever dream. Like, remember when everyone was into the 24-hour airing AI SpongeBob? I feel like we were like, or at least me, I was very into that, and then I forgot about it. Like, I just like, anyways, that's, if someone says a random date, I'm like, oh yeah, the heat death of the universe, naturally. Okay. You're off to see the yeah, good for you. Me too. I hope you enjoy the yeah, okay. We listened to Heat Death of the Universe. Okay, I think it's time for me to the 24/7 AI generated variant of the steamed ham Simpson bit. Okay. You'll have to tell me how to pronounce that later, Ross the Bad Piggy. Okay, good stream. Thank you guys for joining, and have a nice... Oh my gosh, I have so many viewers. I'm not like, wow, I'm kind of famous. Wow, okay. Yes, thank you guys, and see you later. Bye. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. Faywell. That's my... Wait. My official ending is Faywell. Bye-bye. Okay, Faywell.
Bye.